So I was just waiting for my Fortnite to update, and while I was doing that, I came across a new article that came out today on Fortnite Intel that basically says that Fortnite now is banning pickaxe swinging in competitive gameplay. Specifically, it's talking about not just pickaxe swinging, but having any form of communication to the opponent that can give signaling to them while in rotation or just in general while you're playing in competitive gameplay. To me, that's it's a tough one because trucing has been a big thing in Fortnite, or at least it's a good way to indicate to others when you're like just trying to have a truce for just a quick second. But now that you can't even show that through pickaxe swinging or emoting or toy tossing or jumping, it makes me very curious as to how you're supposed to be like passive or at least signal that you're supposed to be passive. But I guess the idea is to not signal anything, which to me still that's fine. I mean, it's not really important for the other player to really know if you're trying to be passive or not. But I think it definitely does limit it does limit just letting people know. So I guess people would have to keep that in mind. And definitely reading what some of the other people in the community have had to say about this, I definitely agree with them. There definitely needs to be some sort of better implementation for certain things like this that Epic would be okay with. Like reading off Ninja's one, obviously he's a very reasonable person. And so he says, I can see where Epic is coming from. As a spectator, seeing teams and players rotating and not shooting and swinging pickaxes can seem odd, but with no rotation items at all, professional players understand when the time to fight actually is. Also, jumping, that's best way to actually dodge snipes. So it's just funny to me how he mentions that because, Epic wants to say, oh, we'll penalize you for jumping. We think that that's some sort of signaling, but in reality, that's also a good way to dodge snipes. So, I don't know. Ben Fishy says this isn't going to work unless movement is added. Game is going to be so RNG. It's insane if you don't get zone, then you die late game. And I kind of agree with this. I agree with this, and I agree with Ninja as well. There has to be something done that could just indicate when you're calling a truce, when you're doing X, Y, and Z, and that's about it. So it doesn't really hinder with the gameplay. And to be honest, honest, you should just play the game the way you want to play the game to win the game. Like, to put in all this extra other stuff is kind of annoying. It's not like, other opponents on another team usually have to hear someone or anything. It's just interesting to me that you have to add in this extra thing to ban someone over, but it's whatever. So we'll see how this all plays out. I mean, to be honest, I don't see this being necessarily a big deal, but this probably will never be a big deal until it actually is a big deal, right? Like when we actually see it at a tournament actually being taken into effect or someone is actually banned for something very simple like this. But other than that, I don't view it as a big deal and stuff. But let me know what you guys really think about the situation. You can leave it down in the comments below. And if you like the video, you can leave a thumbs up. And if you like the channel, you can also subscribe. Thanks again for watching the video, you guys, and hope you have a good one. Peace.